Hi everybody, I'm sorry I had a little bit of technical difficulties there. Seems to be my Wi-Fi this time again. I think I'm going to need to call Cox and get that looked into. But anyway, welcome into Watch Me Wednesday, episode number 43. Last week I was away, as you know. I was teaching at Vermont Quilt Festival, and it was a lot of fun. It was nonstop, on the go, all the time at the Quilt Festival, but I ran into a ton of old friends, made some new friends. It was fantastic. I taught 4 classes and I did a lecture, and it was a really fun time. I came home pretty darn pooped though, but it was well worth it. Thank you to Vermont Quilt Festival for having me. I truly appreciate being there and meeting all the new people and seeing all my old friends. It was fantastic. But anyway, today I wanted to give you a little trunk show, and I'm doing a giveaway. So make sure you hit that share button now, because there's going to be some people who want to get in on this giveaway, and I'm going to leave it open for probably till Saturday. So definitely hit that share button. And some of your friends might want to see my trunk show too. I have to say, I was super excited when I got back, and on Monday my UPS man came, and which he frequently does come to the house, but he dropped off my quilts, my fresh pickings quilts. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. He dropped them off in front of my door. They all came back from my trunk show, and actually I forgot to get one out for you, but I think I showed it to you a few weeks ago, or maybe, yeah, a couple weeks ago. It was the free pattern that I have, but I'll show it to you next week. I'll make sure I show it to you. But I do have my fresh pickings quilts with me. I'm so excited that they're back home. As you can see behind me on my wall too, I'm still kind of got the Proud Mary quilt up, but that's in the fresh pickings fabric. Remember that? I actually used that as a demo at my Vermont Quilt Festival Proud Mary class, so that was cool. Hi everybody, welcome in. Thanks for all the love. I see it come across the screen. Make sure you're hitting that share button so that other people can join in on the trunk show and the giveaway. So, do you all want to see a few quilts? I have to say, these are some of my favorite quilts that I have, because not only is the fabric bright and cheerful, but I love the patterns that I designed around them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing a little bit different setup today so that I can step back and kind of hold the quilt so you can see more of them. So hopefully you can still hear me when I step back. But hi, thanks for all the love. So the first quilt I want to show you is my pattern Geometrics. Yes, Laura says, yes, you do want to see the quilts. Of course, that's what you're here for. So my first quilt I'm going to show you is Geometrics. I posted a picture of it yesterday, and it happens to be one of my favorite ones that I've designed, especially in these fabrics, because it's so bright and cheerful. So you ready? I've got it right here. All right, here it is. I'm going to step back, and I hope you can still hear me. So here is my Geometrics quilt, and I absolutely love it. So, a couple things you want to know. I know it probably looks complex to you, but it's really not. It's 2 blocks. And the cool thing about this quilt, so again, here's the whole thing, and I'll step back one more time to show you. Cool thing about this quilt is that you can play with it with your own fabrics or other fabrics in Quiltster. So you can mock it up, and it'll tell you how much yardage and everything you need. So you can preview it, what it's going to look like with whatever fabrics you choose. So make sure you go to quiltster.com and play with it, because it's in there. So if you don't have my fabrics, you can certainly play with your own. And it is in Quiltster. My fabrics are actually in Quiltster. By the way, the fresh pickings fabrics, I have just a little bit left on my website. They are still on sale, dirt cheap. So I need you to clear them out because my All Flutter fabrics are going to be coming in. So if you want some of those fabrics, pick them up. Anyway, so hi everybody. Thanks for sharing, Cookie. Appreciate this. Appreciate you sharing the video. So the next quilt that I have to show you is a bed runner, actually. So it's called Squared Up Bed Runner. And by the way, all the patterns and quilts I'm going to show you are available, well, not the quilts, just the patterns, are available on my website as a printed pattern and or a PDF download. If you've never purchased one of my patterns, they're all color booklet style, full color graphics. My fabulous tech editor, Linda Smoker, she makes them all look pretty for me. So I have to send a shout out to Linda. Thank you, Linda, for all you do for me. I so appreciate you. So here's the bed runner. Now this is going to be a little long, but I'm going to step back so you can see it. It's kind of cool. So if you're looking for a bed runner for somebody, so here it is. Can you see? So, and I'm not that tall, so, but it looks awesome on a bed. And it would look awesome with dark background. And it's really not a difficult one to do. And you can just spruce up any bed with a simple, modern looking design. So it's a great way to spruce up a bed. And actually, if you wanted to make a quick gift for somebody, it's a great one. It works up pretty quick, and it's something nice to give, you know, for Christmas or a birthday or whatever. But anyway, that's the one thing I love about bed runners, table runners, etc. So they're a lot quicker to do than a whole quilt. So that's the second quilt. Now the next quilt I want to show you, this one, love it. It's called Springtime Desert, and my friend Lisa Slinsky pieced the top for me when I was going to market with it. And it is fabulous. This is also in Quiltster, so you can play with colors, your own colorways in Quiltster to see what yours is going to look like. There's one of the blocks. Isn't that cool? And again, so there are all the graphics. But Linda, you can really get the pattern too. I hope you do. And I'm glad you shared the video. So let me show you the quilt. It's one thing in pattern form, but it's another thing in quilt form, right? So here is the quilt. Let me just make sure I have it upright. Okay, so let me step back. Can you all see it? So it's beautiful, bright, springy. Gotta love it. Let me bring it up close so you can see a couple of the blocks. So I still have some of these fabrics. Like I said, I still have some of the fabrics. So there's one of the blocks. Can you see? Isn't that pretty? And Lisa did a fantastic job at piecing. Let's see. I always have a hard time putting it up to the camera. I don't know why. But anyway, so there's another one of the blocks. The bright yellows and the pinks and the oranges. Some of the fabric is left, so I'll put a link up above me when I'm done for the patterns and for the fabric. The fabric is on sale until it's gone because I need to make room. I'm currently working on projects for my fall fabric line. Do you believe it? Most of the projects are done, but I can't show you anything yet. It really want to show you, but I can't. Anyway, that's it for another story. So the next pattern I'm going to show you, or the next quilt I'm going to show you, is my crystals pattern. It's a really simple Kel. Let's see what Kel says. Kel is one of my boot camp buddies. Love you, Kel. Thank you. She says, love it. What do you do with all those quilts you make? You must have oodles and oodles of quilts. That's a great question. So what do I do with the quilts? Most of them are my teaching samples. So when I'm traveling or when I'm local and I'm teaching, those are my teaching samples so that my students can see what the quilt looks like complete, what are the components of the quilt. So I hang on to all my quilts while I'm teaching. Then someday, I don't know when that's going to be, but someday when I'm not teaching anymore, I will go through my quilts and I will probably let my kids have first pick on them, and then I'll probably start selling some. But I do have oodles and oodles of quilts, and they're all in the guest room closets, just FYI. Because in Arizona, we don't have attics, we don't have basements, so I have to put them in the closets, and they're stacked. Anyway, so this one, Crystals, is a paper piece pattern. If you want to learn some quick paper piecing, it's really simple, easy. Lisa also made this quilt top for me so that I could get it in under the deadline, which was last year. And this is a small quilt, and she actually also did it, and I still have to quilt the quilt, Lisa. I am so sorry, I still have not done that yet. This one is a smaller quilt, so it's quicker and easier to do. But you get the idea. It's a really cool quilt, simple block. Let's see if I can show you the block here. It's hard for me to look at the camera. So let me see if I can hold it up higher. Okay, so the block is actually right, let me go here. So you ready? Here to here to here. It's a small block, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in it. Okay, so it's a really simple paper pieced block. So that one's Crystals, and I just love it in the fresh pickings. And she did a second version. She did the background instead of the lime. She did it in black and white, and then she did the crystals part in K-facet fabrics. So it looks awesome, and I really need to quilt it. Okay, so the last one that came back in the big box on Monday was my Desert Nights quilt, which I love. It's a Hunter Star quilt, and I give you super detailed instructions on how to make it, and it's got this cool border. So I want to show you that quilt, and this is one of my favorites. My friend Sally Murray pieced this top for me. I usually get the question, how do you get so much done? And part of it is because I have some awesome people that help me out. Yes, I do piece and quilt a lot of my tops, but depending on how many I design for a fabric line, depends on how many I will piece, and depends on how many I ship out to my friends who help me out. Thank you, Linda. I love Desert Nights as well. So depending on how many I design for a fabric line, depends on how many I actually will make. But I tend to quilt most all of them. There are a few that I do farm out, depending on if I want something special on them, because I typically don't have the time anymore to do custom quilting. So if I'm going to do some custom quilting, there's a couple people that I will use, and a lot of you are familiar with Margaret Solomon Gunn. She's one of them, one of my friends who I do use, and she does fabulous work. She makes my quilts sing. So this is one that I didn't piece. I said Sally Murray pieced this for me. She did a fantastic job, and it is Desert Nights, it's called. So let me step back. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? I just love this quilt. Let me take a couple more steps back. I hope you can see quite a bit of it, because I can't see the camera right at the moment. But, so let me bring it up a little closer, and you can kind of get a look at the border. So I did the quilting on this one too. I just did an overall design, but there's the border. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? And then here are the stars, so you can see the Hunter stars. Okay. So, and you can kind of see the quilting on there too, but I love the borders and this whole quilt. This whole line, my whole Fresh Pickins fabric line was so bright and cheerful to me, so much of what I love in fabric. So it was a pleasure to design quilts around it. So now, before, Michael likes the light one. Yes, very pretty. Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Gorgeous quilts. I appreciate that. So a couple things before I get to the giveaway. First, hit the share button, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and we want lots of people if they want to participate in that. But I also wanted to remind you, in 2 weeks, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, July 11th, we're going to be starting our next Quilt Along. And if you haven't heard about the Quilt Along, it's this pattern, Diamonds in the Rough, and it's going to be super fun. You guys voted for it. Everybody in the Quilt Alongs with Canton Village Quiltworks Facebook group voted for this pattern. We will be starting this up July 11th. So if you want to get in on this quilt Along, make sure you go ahead and purchase this pattern. I'll put the link above my head when after the video and is posted, so that you have the link to this, and it is on sale. So you can get it as an instant download, or you can get it as the printed pattern. And then don't forget to join the Quilt Along group so that you can see what people, what fabrics they're gathering, because you're going to need to gather up your fabrics for the quilt. And I also just taught this class at Vermont Quilt Festival too, and those ladies had a blast. It was a great design class. So much fun. Oh, Linda's in on the Quilt Along. Excellent. Don't forget about the Quilt Along, okay? If you're interested, that's coming up. Now, I'm going to get the giveaway here, okay? So, you know that I was a Quilty Box designer for January's box, but I get Quilty Box, and I've got one here that I'm going to be giving away to one of you. So, I'm going to show you what's in it first, because I think you might want to see there's some cool things in this box. All right, so this box this month is Melanie Testa is the designer for this box. And there's some cool stuff. So you do, in every Quilty Box, you get this little magazine, and it tells you, let's see if I can open it to the page. It tells you a little bit about the designer. Okay, they do a whole interview with the designer. And then her fabric, Floribunda. It's beautiful. If you like purples, pinks, greens, aquas, you're going to love this. And this is the project. It's a little applique project. It's really sweet. And there's everything in the box that you need to do it. So I'm going to show you. And then they give you an alternate project too to do. And then let's see who next month. They give you a little, for next month, let's see. Next month, if you want the sneak peek for who's next month Quilty Box, it's Yoko Sato. And I know there's a lot of you out there that love her. So let's see what's in the Quilty Box, because whoever gets this is going to get everything that I'm going to show. So first of all and foremost, look what you get. You get this bundle of fabric to make that little quilt. Isn't that beautiful? Then, okay, so this is super, because I love this, and I actually was just using this the other day. So if you're not familiar with the Goddess sheet, it's an applique pressing sheet. So this is in there for you to help finish the project, and you get Misty Fuse. If you've never used Misty Fuse, it's a lightweight fusible, and it's super nice because it has a super soft feel and drape to it. You're gonna love it. So that's in the box for you to help you complete this project. Then you get some thread to do your applique, and you also get, let me see if I can pull it out of here without messing it up too much. You also get the sheets to cut out your applique. Isn't that cool? Yes, Linda, the fuse is excellent. I've used Misty Fuse, and it's great. So you get all the sheets for the applique so that you can cut out your fabrics and all. So there's going to be one winner for this Quilty Box, and let me tell you what you need to do to win. Okay, so I said at the beginning that I'd keep this open until Saturday, the giveaway open until Saturday. So a couple things you need to do, okay? One, you need to share the video and tell me in the comment that you shared it. Okay, so that's one thing. There's only 3 things you're going to need to do. One thing, share the video. Okay? 2, tag at least one friend in a separate comment so that they can see the video and the giveaway. So tag somebody. And the third thing, so this gives you 3 entries, by the way. So you're getting 3 entries. And the third thing you're going to put in there is a comment about Quilty Box. If you have a Quilty Box, if you like a Quilty Box, and also tell me which of my quilts that I showed you today that you liked best. I'm just curious because I know what patterns move around a lot, but I'm curious as to what your favorite is. So number 1, share the video. That's one thing, and say that in a comment. Second comment, tag a friend or 2 or 3 if you want, and a second comment. And 3, see, I can't even count today. And 3, put it in a comment if you're a Quilty Box subscriber, what you like about Quilty Box, and which one of my quilts that you liked best today. So you have 3 ways to enter. You don't have to do all 3, but if you do all 3, it gives you 3 entries, okay? And I'll explain all that above my head when I post this video so that you know exactly what to do. And it's got to be on this video on my Facebook fan page. So that's it. The giveaway will be open. I'll leave it open till midnight Saturday night, Mountain Standard Time. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you back here next week. By the way, if you didn't get to watch my last episode, it was all about quilt labels. So go back and watch that, because you know all my videos live here on my Facebook page. Just go over to the sidebar and click on videos and you'll see them all. Or you can go to my YouTube channel too. Anyway, in the meantime, I hope you all have a fabulous week. Get some quilting in there or some kind of stitching, just a little bit every day, and you will have hopefully a project done really soon. Anyway, take care everybody. I'm so glad you joined me. Bye-bye.